Hey guys, are you stuck drawing the same flowers over and over again? Well, I have a creative exercise that's going to help you in your creative process so that you can draw more flowers. Let's get started. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to start drawing leaves. You want to draw a different variety of leaves, different shapes, and different sizes. So think about drawing long skinny leaves, short squatty leaves. We can do rounded leaves. You can do a series of little leaves that look like a fern, or you can do squiggly leaves. When you're done drawing the outlines of the leaves, go ahead and use the bucket tool to fill in all of the shapes. I like to use a pixel brush. So when I use my pixel brush in Adobe Fresco, I always get these lines that don't get filled in whenever I use the bucket tool. So I always have to go back in and color over these lines. I'm not sure Procreate will have this problem, but it's always a good idea to double check and make sure that your leaf is a solid shape. Okay, so now we're going to go in and make our petals. So go ahead and change your color into whatever color you want for your flower. And again, we're just going to draw a bunch of different petals. We don't want to draw the full flower yet, just the single petal itself. Okay, so we want to think about drawing ruffled flowers, rounded ruffled flowers. You can do long oblong. You can do rounded teardrop shapes, smaller heart-shaped petals. The point of this exercise is for you to just draw as many shapes as you can. And you might be surprised that some of the shapes that you draw make the most beautiful flowers. Okay, again, we're going to go back in and color over this line that didn't get filled in. And while we're doing this, we might as well go ahead and clean up all of the shapes as well. Okay, now that our petals are all done, we're going to move on to the middle of the flower, which is called the stamen. So of course you're going to draw a circle. I think that's kind of a given. Go ahead and make a big circle and a small circle. Go ahead and play with this idea of circles so you can start thinking of different ideas. You can do a starburst. You can do a starburst with dots on the tips to represent pollen. And you don't even have to stick with the circular motif. You can go ahead and do pollen that looks like it's standing up from the flower. Again, this is your creative process. I just want you to start thinking of different ways that you can draw all of these different parts. Alright, so once we're done with all of the different parts that you can think of and all of the different shapes that you think you want to draw, what we're going to do is we're going to use the lasso tool and we're going to start making the flower. So we're going to use the lasso tool to select the petals, and then we're going to copy and paste into an arrangement of a flower. So let's pick your first petal to get started. Okay, so go ahead and use the lasso tool to select it copy it, and then paste it onto a new layer. Now I'm just going to select that layer and I'm going to duplicate it as many times as I think that I'm going to use that petal in a single flower. Go ahead and arrange them around in a circular motif. And I think I'm going to add one more petal here. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate another layer. You can always play around with the arrangement of these just to get it exactly the way you want. And then whenever you're done, go ahead and select all of the petals in this flower. And we're going to merge it together to make it a single layer. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the circle in the middle here just to make sure that it's going to be a solid flower, so it will be easier to recolor later on. Okay, we're going to do this over and over again until you have as many flowers as you want. So go ahead and play around with the different layouts of all of these petals. Alright, now that we have all of the flowers that we want right now, we're going to start adding on the stamens. So go ahead and use the same technique, get the lasso tool and circle the stamen that you want to add. We're going to copy it and paste it to the top of the artboard. And go ahead and move it around until you find the flower that you want it on. And if you have to, you can resize. There's no rule against that, obviously. And we're going to go ahead and do this for the rest of the flowers. Alright, now that we have the stamens in place, now it's time to add the leaves. So go ahead and use the same technique again. Use the lasso tool, circle the leaf that you want, and then place it in the background of whatever flower you want it to be with. So for some of you guys, you might want to draw your leaves after you have all of these flowers done, so you can get a better fit for each flower and leaf together. Alright, now that you have everything arranged exactly the way you want it, now's the fun part and you can change all of the colors. So to recolor your flowers, all you have to do is select the layer that you want and use the bucket tool, change your color, and click. So now it's super easy to change all of your colors on your flowers. And these are just basic flowers right now. If you want to go in and add more details, by all means, that's exactly what you should do. Alright guys, that's my creative exercise for y'all. I hope it helped you because it certainly helped me. Thanks for watching guys. Don't forget to subscribe and have a blessed day.